Hey people, it's Monday, the 20th, President's Day. I'm going to move this because, again, when I'm talking and I see it behind me, it distracts me. So I'm already charged up for the day, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet because I just wrapped doing the podcast with Mike Watt. Watt from Pedro is his podcast. You all know Mike Watt, monster bass player. He was first with us in the Minutemen, and he's played with a bunch of things, including the Stooges. And it's a 3-hour podcast, and we just finished, the way that you do things. He plays music, and then we just record the conversation, and then he edits it together. It was a blast. I knew I would enjoy it, and I met Mike years ago when he was playing here, and of course, got a selfie and stuff, talked a little bit, and it was great because he remembered me. He remembered that. He meets a lot of people, but he remembered me. So we had that camaraderie, we had that already, and it was a very comfortable conversation. It will be online later today. So I'll be posting a link to it on my Facebook page, and once the link is up, I'll come back and post it on this video. Right now, folks, the main thing that is going on over here is I'm working, not playing very many records at all these last few days. I've been listening to stuff on the computer while I'm on break, but I've been playing much. The last album that I can show you that I played all the way through is John Adams' Light Over Water, Symphony for Brass Instruments and Synthesizers. This is wonderful. This is just really wonderful. It's just wonderful. It's in the Philip Glass area somewhat of modern contemporary writing. This is just wonderful. I just found myself getting lost in it and listened to both sides. It was really wonderful. But the main thing going on is recording, and in less than an hour, Blake will be here for today's session. Really enjoying this current spate of activity. Appreciate the comments on the homemade video that I made for that track. The footage that is in there is from when I was on tour in Europe and just riding on the highway. I didn't pick it specifically to show those nuclear stacks. It was an afterthought when I really noticed it. Was just I was looking for something with motion, moving on the road that I thought would fit the sound of that track, and it does. Really appreciate the feedback. I just now turned Blake onto Nils Petter Molvar. He had never heard him, and he barely knew who John House was. That's why I'm just loving this endeavor, because this is Blake discovering himself and new ways of expressing himself. Thank you so much. So I wrote a new piece this weekend for him to respond to, and so it's like there's not a whole lot of music records to talk about right now because I'm working on mine. The last things that I was investigating online was Hiromi Hosono's label, Daisy World. Not those CDs, that stuff never makes it to Omaha. So I'll go through these jags where I'm like, just decide I'm going to find out about something. So I was listening to Daisy World, and I picked up on a couple of artists I didn't know about. Takashi Wada, electronic, really like it. I knew about Takagi Masakatsu, but I got into some of that last night, and there was another new one for me. Let me see. I really do like electronic music. Ryuichi Kurokawa. I had never heard of this man before, and he has some stuff on Hosono's label, and was really enjoying that, and intrigued about glitch electronics. Not that I want to make it, but I'm intrigued about how they make those sounds, you know, those real, like almost like microscopic metallic sounds and stuff. How do they make those? I don't know. I'm curious. I do like the results. So there's that. Is there anything else down here I can kind of rip? Okay, yeah, there's a couple things. So here's something that I bought years ago, electronic. It's pretty good, but it's not great. Noer The Boy mechanism. It's something that was in the used section, and the cover was intriguing enough, kind of on the dark side. But I grabbed it and played some of this weekend. It was the sort of thing where when I first put it on, it was like, okay, this is a little like, no. Came back to it, put it on again, and it's like, okay, cool. Pretty cool. This has been reissued just recently. Apple O by Deerhoof. Love this band. So I listened to this all the way through. What an intriguing group. Greg Saunier, the drummer, who is openly Asperger's, I believe that's what he said. Really talented and interesting guy. Met him, like him. As well as his dynamic drumming, he is a composer. And so on here we have everything from the punk to the almost like Satoshi's childlike voice, especially in these early days, in contrast to these pieces where it's piano and it's composed and it's beautiful. He writes them beautifully. My friend Amanda DeBoer Bartlett, she just moved back to Chicago. She's in the Ensemble Dal Niente. They made a record with them. I was trying forever to get a copy from Amanda, never did get it. So I was listening to that online this weekend on my breaks. That's beautiful. Deerhoof with Ensemble Dal Niente. I was kind of like, wow, I know these people. I love it. Music is magic. So, that's primarily what's on my mind to share. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there because I'm mentally processing what I just did with Mike Watt still while I'm getting ready. It's 10 o'clock now on the nose as I speak. My session is supposed to start at 11. Blake is usually late, but I need to start getting set up for that. People have a good day. People be nice to yourselves. Be loving to yourselves. If you follow me on Facebook, you see that last few days I've been putting up messages for people, for you and for me, to be more loving of yourself, to try to ditch the mental garbage that we hold on to really tightly for no good reason at all. You know, most people, you know, especially in the Western world, since I live in the Western world, I'm familiar with our the way that, you know, the Western mentality versus like if I were raised in India or Africa. We spend way too much time worried about what other people think about us, and we spend way too much time, too much energy, not seeing ourselves clearly. So I just keep trying to share that message. You know, ain't nobody better than you, nobody better than me. Don't be fooled. Everybody is divine and wonderful, and everybody is broke down and messed up at the same time. So don't be fooled. Everyone's a work in progress. No one's better than you. No one's better than me. That's important. That's an important message, because a lot of people just don't believe it. A lot of people really are down on themselves and they're not good reasons. So that's why I keep pushing this. Okay. All right. Talk to you later.